I remember distinctly the day that my attitude towards men changed. I remember the exact day when I decided that A, I was never going to help a man better himself, and B, I was never going to believe anything that came out that man's mouth. The day was 10 years ago to this day. It was February 15th, 2016. Let me tell you the story. 2009, I met a man at work, fell head over heels after 3 months of dating. I'm telling you all right now, the DSM should have a diagnosis for the level of delusional that I was towards a man. Right? Now, there's some stories I got to take to my grave, but this is one of the ones that I believe I can tell you, and I'm okay with being judged because I was a fool. But after 3 months of dating this man, he was, just expressing some difficulty with, maintaining his bills and driving we worked together, we worked at the same place. Getting to work and, it was some difficulty. He spent a lot of time at my apartment with me and my daughter. And after 3 months, I was like, you know what? Just move in. Just move in with me. He said the baby mama was killing him in child support and he couldn't afford his bills and it was just very difficult. Never in my mind did I say, well, pick up a shift. I ain't never said that. So I was just like, you know what? It's okay. I understand women can be difficult at times. Move in with me. Move into my 2-bedroom apartment with me and my daughter that I'm taking care of on my own, and you don't even have to pay right now. I want you to get on your feet because I want you to be successful. Said man moves into the 2-bedroom apartment with my daughter and I, and was completely okay with not paying anything. I didn't ask for nothing, but he was okay with not paying for anything. So about 7-9 months later, I was pregnant. I was pregnant about 9 months later. And at that point, the decision was made that we would get married. Yeah. No, we weren't going to buy a ring and present it. We were just going to get married. We were just going to do that. So I remember moving into a new place together as a family with the belly, my daughter, and his child came every now and again, holidays, every holiday that required a gift. They, off of school. So they come. And I remember cleaning out a car one day. I was cleaning out his car and I found some paperwork that talked about child support. And I was like, you told me you was paying this woman out your pocket, and that you weren't on papers, and that she was just beating you over the head with the threat that if you didn't do it, you'd be put on the papers. So I was like, why do you got child support papers in the car? So I called the man. The man said that the girl was on medical assistance when she had the baby. And in that particular state, they sued a man for the money that the medical assistance paid. So they was garnishing his wages to pay back the baby's birth at the hospital because he was on she was on medical assistance.
One of those, bro. He might be a school shooter, my nigga. I'm telling you.
Whoa, I mean, the audacity to sit here and say that you have a child while I'm sitting in the house, taking care of me and my daughter. He wants to move in. Oh, well, I told him he can move in. I mean, like, what are we talking? Whoa. Now the stereotypes are starting to go because a lot of you women, oh, well, he's in the wrong and this and that, because from what we are hearing, this guy is the issue from what she is putting out here. And it's like, okay, that's fine. If you want to run with that, then let's go ahead and run with that. But surely, man, your track record is good. Nope. Nope. A single mother already. Once again, like, you just look at how she is trying to make it seem as if she's just this innocent woman and she's going out of her way to make sure this man is in the best position. Oh, I want to make sure that you're successful, that you're this and that you're that. These are your women that make stories and try to make it seem as if they're just this purest woman out here known to man. But yet, the stereotypes continue to go. So here we go, a single mother who wants to be optimistic, and you overlook all of the red flags, and you're trying to help this man get on his feet, right? But yet here we are on the internet, you trashing the guy. Oh, well, I'm just talking about my experience. Well, ma'am, you are damn near in your 60s and you over here talking about your past experiences. People, what sense does this make? What sense does this make? people, come on, man, what sense does this make? And then she ended up having children with this guy when you've already known for the past 5 years from what you are putting out here that this man has been trash. You know, this man been trash since year one, year two. You still decide to have kids with this man. And now, once again, you're a grown ass woman jumping on the internet talking smack. So then I gotta ask, what happened to the first baby daddy? What happened to the first baby daddy? So now you done went through the first baby daddy. Now you done have a second baby daddy. Now you done found yourself a simp, right? And now you over here praising the Lord and stuff because we seen the TikTok. Well, at least I seen the TikTok. Now her TikTok isn't bad. Her TikTok is not bad. She just do a lot of damn yapping for an old ass lady. But it's really sad because growing up, I'm like, man, damn, you got your elders that's in their 30s, that's in their 40s, that's in their 50s. I know I said elders in their 30s, but I mean, you got to think about it, man, as a freaking 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, a dude who's a kid who was in elementary and middle school. You're looking at these guys and you're like, okay, these guys have wisdom. These guys are smart. But then when we get older, you just start to see that the older women today are not the women of old. And it's sad. And these women are going to say, well, yeah, of course we're not, yada, yada, yada. And you just see how bad they are. I mean, this woman literally has 2 baby daddies. I was about to say 1, but 2 baby daddies, and then found herself a simp. And this is why I said I have an issue with calling this brother simp, because he ain't do nothing wrong. And then on top of that, he is my dad's age. But yet you allowing your wife to jump on the internet and make a mockery of you both. Come on, bro. I would probably tell my wife, you don't need to be on TikTok as a grown ass woman who has gray freaking hairs. Let's just keep it a bean. I mean, what woman is getting a man who does not contribute in any kind of way? Tell me that. What woman is going to get a man who is not contributing in any kind of way? But yet you still saw that and you still said, let me still continue to be behind that. Come on, bro. But after having a kid and getting divorced, now all of a sudden, well, you know, that's what made me, change the way I view men. But yet here you are dealing with a simp. I mean, what are we talking about? But of course, I guess it would be best for you to get a simp because, I mean, no man is really going to want to deal with a woman like this. Let's just keep it a bean. And then you opening a man's mail and all of that good stuff. Now, I get it. Some women are going to say, well, they've been living together for a couple of months. So, I mean, why can't she open his mail? Well, if that was the case, she would have led with that instead of saying, well, his mail is just up in the house. And it's my house, son. Ma'am. Once again, if any woman that I know, right, who is truly in love with this guy and they actually have a great relationship, the woman's going to open up the mail regardless. And if she's going to explain it, she's going to say, yeah, I open up his mail. I open up his mail all the damn time. But she's saying, oh, well, I have to open up his mail because his mail is in my house. Ma'am, you are a child in a grown woman's body. Let's continue.
I said, I ain't never heard that, but okay. So now we fast forward about 2 months later, some mail comes in to the house. And it looked like it was some important kind of mail from, child support services, things of that nature. So I opens up the mail. Came to my house. I, didn't have my name on it, but I opened it up and it gave the name of the woman that was responsible for said child. And the name of the child that I knew he had. So I present this information. And after being scolded for opening up said mail and finding out this information, I was then told that, oh yeah, by the way, one day in college, this occurred and I have another child. And I've just been paying child support on this child and don't know where she at, who she at. I don't know anything about her. Could have been a lie. I don't know. So I said at this time, oh no, we don't do that. We don't do that over here. Go and get the baby, bring her here. We gonna see about her. We gonna love on her. We gonna take care of her. We gonna do what we need to do just like we would do for any of these other kids. You ain't gonna be no bum around me. Now, at that point, it should have been like leave, but I had a belly and I was like, I'm staying. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make this work. You know what I mean? So at that time, they introduced a young lady to the family. Wonderful time. Wonderful time. They started treating my daughter, a little bit different now because they had a granddaughter of their own, daughter of their own, but I'll save that for another story, maybe. Anyway, I remember one of the young ladies taking him back for child support because they needed help, as they should. And one of the things that came up in court was that he needed to be paying for their health care. And they were going to start garnishing his wages even more for both children now because they needed healthcare benefits, which he should provide them. I'm not mad about that. But I got scared because I was already the main breadwinner for the household. I was paying a lot, and I literally couldn't take doing any more. And once again, I'm still pregnant. This is a long 9 months. You know what I mean? So I went to the HR at my job, and they said because we're married, that I can put on my health insurance. It was just me and my daughter at the time. I can add him, we could be a family, and then I can add his children. So I run home to him and say, I fixed it. I fixed it for you. This is what we're going to do. So we added his children onto my healthcare benefits. They were covered. It was consistent. They didn't have to worry about anything that I knew about. And we went on to live a half decent piece of a life, right? Year 5 of marriage comes, and I just, I dealt with a lot. I ignored a lot of red flags. I ignored a lot of things that were going on. And for some reason, when I hit the age 30, I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing this no more. I'm not doing this anymore. So I decided to set him free and let him go be with the ladies that he enjoyed being with. And in doing so, he kind of abandoned the family that we had and went on about his business. I still kept his children on my health insurance benefits, and I maintained our household for a while. And, $500 was his contribution to the household for all those years. No more than $500. So I can give you $500 towards the rent. I can give you $500. There was no, that $500 took care of daycare, rent, everything. I'm not complaining because I allowed it to happen. I'm just letting y'all know for the sake of the story. So when he left with his $500 and went and did whatever he was doing, I had to figure things out on my own because I no longer had a babysitter. I was working 16-hour shifts, and in them 16-hour shifts, I had a babysitter. I no longer had a babysitter. So some things had to change. But I remember getting my own place on my own, a little townhouse back in my hometown. And I remember needing to clear up some issues from previous. I couldn't even get lights turned on unless the light bill from the old house was taken care of. That was in his name, but it had it attached to me as another person on there. So I was really, really, for the first time, waiting on my income tax. While I was married, I never received an income tax because somebody had arrears and somebody never paid their student loans. So whenever we did our taxes, they would garnish them. Now, I could have went to court and did injured spouse or whatever, but I wanted his debt to be cleared so that we could be okay. So I let them take my income tax for 5 years. On year 6, I was supposed to get my own income tax, and I went and filed. My accountant called me and was like, there's a problem. He already claimed the kids. Mind you, we had 1 kid together. My daughter was mine completely, 100%. He claimed her and our son together, although he doesn't do anything for them, and left me with nothing for that income tax season. I was very angry. I was very upset. I called him and I said that you will be on child support going forward. And he was like, well, don't put me on no papers because that's all you women want to do. And just tell me what you need. I said, I need you to pay me $300 a month. And he was like, well, what do you need $300 a month for? And I was like, to take care of your child. You got to understand that we have a child that may or may not have some special needs. There's issues that I need to take care of. There's daycare I need to pay for, and there's health insurance I need to pay for. I need to take care of their health insurance. And this man looked at me and said, oh, no. It's the same price for 1 kid as it is for 4 kids. So no, I'm not helping you with health insurance. That was the day. That's very insignificant. Y'all listened to a 9-minute story and thought you was going to get a really big climax. No, that was it. That was the moment I decided that never again will I do anything, and I mean anything, for a man.
I don't understand why you even did this to yourself. This made you look so fucking stupid. This shit make you look so stupid.
Once again, guys, notice how she tries to paint herself as a good woman. Notice how she paints herself as a good woman, but yet she done skipped over all of these red flags. Yet she's on the internet bashing a whole man while married to a simp. But this is the most educated and the most agreed. And once again, guys, just look at her mindset. Your reality and your perception about men change because of a guy that you picked and you openly admitted to ignoring red flags. And now all of a sudden, okay, well, this is how I view men now. People, once again, this woman is, I would say she's in her 50s, damn near about to crack 60s, damn near about to crack 60. And this is how you think. This is the mindset that you have. What are we talking about? You just jump on the internet to try to gain sympathy by telling half truths and half stories. Man, look guys, y'all let me know down below, man, what do y'all guys think? Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, man, there's really not much on her TikTok. Her TikTok is not even that bad. I gotta keep it a bean with you guys. It's really not that bad. She just on there yapping, but we just see her mindset. And once again, the stereotypes still ring true that TikTok is made for women to jump online to trash men. Sad. But until the next video.